Subject of today, and it is. So we've gone through the tight ends, we've gone through the running backs. Now we go through the receivers. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the roster, minus this guy who decided to pull a gun out and shoot it. So,
Wait, who are
12,
you talking about? I'm sorry, who are you talking about?
Cody Latimer. We talked about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't catch
Yeah,
his name.
so
Sorry.
this guy is not on the team. But 12 guys fighting for what looks like the. So last week I went back and looked at the who like how many of each position makes the team on a typical Ron Rivera team, 53-man roster, and almost every single year except for one, he kept 6 wide receivers.
That's what I was going to say. I
So
was thinking that.
it looks like the number to grab is 6. And if you keep Antonio Gibson, who's the hybrid, at running back, that really opens the door for. There's a 6th receiver up for grabs.
Right.
The 6th spot is pretty much up for grabs.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. When I was looking at this, there is, and this is my opinion. I think number 1 is Terry Maclaurin.
Easy.
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be the top receiver, the number 1 on the field most of the time. I really like Steven Sims Jr. I just do.
Yep. He's a
Cam
staple.
Kam Sims is interesting to me if he could just
Kam
hold on to the
Sims
ball.
is your 3rd receiver listed. Interesting. Okay. So you like some Kam Sims,
Well,
huh?
Well, and I'm not sure if it's the 3rd one, but yeah, this is the ones that are jumping out of me out of the 13.
I know why,
So
because you like this number, 6'5".
Well, yeah, that's absolutely.
Yep.
It's I like, and that's one of the reasons why Gandy Golden 6'4". I mean, I think
He's obvious going to make the team. He was just drafted this year. So there's 3 of mine that you have listed. Yep.
All right, so let me see who else that.
So right now you have Terry McLaurin, Steven Sims Jr., and AGG, and Kam Sims.
Right, so that's 4 of them.
Yep.
I don't know about Kelvin Harmon was interesting to me, but all right, so apparently we're aligned pretty close. Who do you have that I missed?
Well, you still have 2 more to name. So who's your
I
2
know.
more?
Well,
I'm going to force you. No, you got to name them. You got to name the next 2. I have mine written down right here. I'm not changing anything.
All right, I'm going to say Kelvin Harmon.
Okay, Kelvin Harmon, number 5.
And let's see, this is I just be throwing a dartboard or a dart at a dartboard, but let's say,
Yep.
Let's go with Trey Quinn.
All right, so Trey Quinn's 6. So I will say right off the gate, we have 5 out of 6 the same.
Hey, so either we're both really stupid or we both got it figured out.
Yes, correct. The latter. The first one is definitely what's going on. Okay, so you're absolutely right. McLaurin, number 1, obvious. Yep. Steven Sims was not my number 2, but agree, easily make the team. My number 2 was, well, besides, of course, so number 2 would be the Antonio Gandy Golden. We just drafted him. He's going to make the team.
Yeah.
So then the number 3 would be Kelvin Harmon. Kelvin Harmon, we just drafted him two drafts ago. Definitely going to make the team. Now, this is where it got a little iffy for me. Like, okay, who will make the 5th and 6th spot? Now, you listed Quinn. I'm going to just tell you, I agree. I think Quinn will make this team. He's good. He could be a punt returner. He has some versatility there. He's a good slot receiver. He's a good sure-handed guy to have on the team. Good route runner. I think he's a smart guy. I really like him as a punt returner as far as an intelligence factor. I think he's good at knowing when to let the ball bounce, when to fair catch, when to catch the ball and run with it. But the problem with him is he's not very game breaking. So he's not going to be your Devin Hester out there that's going to all of a sudden bust out 6 touchdowns punting the ball.
Right.
So that's something that's disappointing. So you would like to find a more dynamic guy, but also has the intelligence, which Steven Sims probably could be that guy. I think Steven Sims is a really good return guy. But I think he makes the team.
Before you name your 6th person, because I want to make sure I follow, and just for the record, I wasn't necessarily, I know I started with Terry Maclaurin as the overall number 1. I wasn't, beyond that, I wasn't necessarily picking them in the order. Like, I didn't necessarily think of Steve Sims as number 2. I just thought of the, so.
Well, I just thought it was interesting that Kam Sims was the 3rd guy to come out of your mouth. It's somebody that it's on your mind, somebody that catches your attention, and somebody that you're interested in. So I just thought that was interesting that you listed him. Now, Kam Sims is obviously a big body receiver. But I think I've said this before on the show is I think Emanuel Hall is going to make a really strong case of why he should be on this team when training camp comes around.
So just to be clear, so Kam Sims is the one we were off on, and you were replacing it with Emanuel Hall.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. 6'2", big body, 215 as well. He's not as big.
By the
as
way,
Kam Sims.
my stats say 6'3", just so you know.
Your stat says 6'3" for Kelvin Harmon.
Redskins. No. You were talking about Emanuel Hall.
Emanuel Hall. Oh shoot, you're right. It is 6'3". I'm sorry. I looked at. Okay. I've highlighted the wrong thing with Kelvin Harmon. I'm sorry.
All right.
6'3" Emanuel Hall. You did correct me. There you go. 195. Excuse me. And because I've also seen some places where they said Kelvin Harmon is 6'3", but this one lists him at 6'2". I don't care. We'll take it. But 6'3", 195. Another big body receiver. I watched him a lot at Missouri because I was really interested in Drew Lock going into that draft that we drafted Dwayne Haskins, and I was really interested in Drew Lock. Chris Cooley loved him some Drew Lock, and so I was definitely interested in him. But so I got to watch some Emanuel Hall, and this guy's got some hands. He's I don't know what he ran in the 40, but he's plenty fast enough to play NFL receiver, and this guy is going to make some noise, kind of like what Steven Sims Jr. did last year. In training camp, he was an undrafted free agent. Nobody really was thinking about him, but once training camp was coming around, 2-3 weeks in, everybody's like, this guy's going to make the team. This guy's making noise. I think this year's noisemaker is Emanuel Hall, and he becomes our 6th receiver. Kam Sims potentially makes the practice squad again, I think Kam Sims will be on this team at some point this season because of course there's always going to be an injury bug, there's always going to be something that happens. So I think Kam Sims will be a name that you see this season. He is by number 7, but Emanuel Hall will be your 6th receiver. So to list them again, you have Terry Maclaurin, number 1. You have AGG, number 2. You have Steven Sims, number 3, and Kelvin Harmon, number 4. Those could be interchangeable. I actually have Kelvin Harmon, number 3, and Steven Sims, number 4. And then Quinn will make the team at number 5, and Hall will make the team at number 6.
Okay. So our feeling on Kam Sims is his hands, right? Doesn't he drops too many balls.
He had that preseason game. Well, he had the preseason game last year where he did have 3 really bad drops. But even if you go back and look at the other preseason games where he really shined, I think he has too many body catches. He's not. He's not the natural hands.
Drop balls. Yes.
Yeah. He's not the natural hands guy that you want, especially at 6'5". You want a guy that can go up and get it. And
no, I agree. That's why I was just clarifying that because I think that's been his question all along. Is his hands, and your point about body catches is an indication that you don't have great hands because if you're letting it come into your body, it's because you don't have confidence with your hands, and so no, I think that your picks make sense. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know a whole lot about what the hell is his name now? The last guy you picked, and now
Emanuel Hall.
Emanuel Hall. That's interesting. I like his size. I'll be honest, I didn't really look into him very much. I went with I knew what I knew, and I was going down that route. Yeah. And then when you pointed that out, it's like, well, he is 6'3". 195 is a little. Well, I guess it's not that skinny in the overall, but 6'3", 195. That seems like he might be a little bit wiry. But we'll see. If he puts a little meat on his bones, hey, you got to like a receiver especially if you have 2 or 3 receivers.
He can put weight on though. The thing you can't change your height, but you can change your weight. You can hit the gym and you could put some. He puts in 10 more pounds of good weight on him, good muscle weight. Then he could be right there with anybody as far as strength is concerned.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
And I'll do
much.
some looking into him this week. What's that?
I was just gonna say the weight doesn't bother me too much. When you could add some weight, and especially 195 is not Deshaun Jackson 170 or something. He should be able to withstand a hit, and that shouldn't be.
By the way, can I just do a quick sidebar here? I don't know if you saw. I don't think it was last week, but
whatever you say, this will be the end of the show, so it's all you. Go ahead.
Okay, but I was just mentioning. Did you see the difference in how Dwayne Haskins looks from when he was in college? Like, apparently he's been working his butt off and working out in the gym, and they showed a before and after pic, and it was like, I think it was his senior year in college. He looked a little. Certainly he's an athlete.
Baby fat.
I don't want to say
baby fat.
Huh? Yeah.
He looked like he had some baby fat
in his face. And then they showed him after, like, this year. Apparently he's hit the gym. He's working his butt off, and it's like you look at the 2 pictures, and it looks like, it almost looks like 2 different guys. So that'll be interesting to see how that translates on the field. But that's all I had. I just wanted to throw that out there because I thought I know people were questioning his work ethic early on, and I think that he, as part of what the thing that he wrote we talked about, where he wanted to show people that, look, I'm working, and hopefully he's actually doing what it appears he's doing. Were you trying to find the before and after? Because it was...
Yeah, I was trying to find it real quick to show the people. But
yeah, it was. I'm telling you, it was a stark, and and they can do anything in lighting and whatever. But
yeah, I was just trying to find it real quick, but I'm struggling to find it.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. I think the best way to describe it is like he got rid of his baby fat.
Yeah.
That, like I said, around his neck and just his face, it looked like. Like I said, if you can find it, it's
yeah, interesting. That I may edit it in later. That's fine.
All right. Well, that's
cool.
all I had. But yeah, I can't wait till this freaking NFL season gets started because I'm tired of.
Aren't we all? All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for episode number 6 and sticking around to the end. Please comment down below anything that you think. If we missed anything, if you disagreed with what we said, if you liked what we said, if you have any questions about what we said or anything like that, please go ahead, comment down below, and we could potentially start reading those on air the next time. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the episodes to come. We'll be back next week with episode 7, and that'll be all. See ya.
All right. See ya.